AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. You know, Knicks Rehab, we on the high, we on the low. You gonna tell where we at with it. Huh? We ain't playing with y'all. We don't care about y'all. None of that, man. You kidding me? You know, you know who that is.
Big Flea. Never the little one. What's good, y'all? What up?
I look white as hell. I need a tan, man. I ain't been in the sun in a while. And it is cold as hell in New York City.
It's a little breezy down here.
In H-Town.
Fabian.
Come on, man. He heard all of us.
No. All right.
We gonna go, listen, we gonna go around, baby Bubba. This argument's gonna be a lot more happy. A little more dopamine in our system.
Somebody said I was being delusional because I asked him to go get a couple more rebounds. Somebody said I was delusional.
Y'all know what they say.
Knicks Rehab.
Come on, man. We bringing Flea's delusion on board. AllBall's delusion.
Yeah, right.
AllBall's delusion will be on pause. Our brother is sick, even though he went to the game. That's some shit.
He was in the building today.
You can't call out sick from work and be on live TV at the game doing cartwheels.
That's the illest load managing ever. The illest.
He did us dirty. La Turia. Letting us know she got her notification. You know why I like La Turia? Because we wild out and go crazy over any topic. And she goes and she shows love. Thank you, La Turia. Oh. I don't want to steal anybody's line. But in due time, the Queen Darlene. I'm not gonna rhyme that one. I'm not gonna finish rhyming that one, please.
Darlene B. What up, Darlene?
I'm surprised you don't like that name even more. Huh? Darlene B. Huh? Bryant? Sure. Mamba Marlene. Stop playing. Sandman, you guys are right most of the time. Say thank you, Sandman. Unlike the mother chumps. They know who we are, man. Now listen, man, the swaggerless shall never prevail. Oh, they just won't. That's what we call all of them. Listen, ain't no disrespect. I don't care when you started, how you started. It's too much bravado on this side, man. A lot.
Too much.
That's why we go at it. Call each other afterwards. You all right? No. You.
No.
That's how I feel. Woo. Come on, man. Let's get right into it, man. 119-110. The New York Knicks ease out of victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Big third quarter, 40 points, 27 for Atlanta. Get to that in a second. Jalen Brunson, 34 points. He looked magnificent for the most part. 7-11 from the free throw line. And free throws going to hurt us, man. We need somebody to shoot better free throws, man. Karl Anthony Towns only had 2 free throws, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. 14 points for Josh Hart, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. MIKAL Bridges, big third quarter, 26 points, 4 assists, 12 of 17 shooting, and also was getting on Trae Young's nerves, which is all we've been talking about. Yo, where's you need your ego. We don't mind you with ego, Bridges. And he showed out, because their ego guy over there in Atlanta choked. Yeah, I said it. Trae Young in the fourth quarter. Ice Trae, put him in the stove. Melt. As per Nick Muse.
The fuck was that?
I don't know.
That was terrible. That was terrible. That was bad. Go.
Ice Trae was in the stove, though. The Bridges stove, huh? Stove Bridges. Trae Young in the fourth quarter was 1 for 8. He only made that on that little floater that they let him score at the end of the game at the buzzer damn near. 3 turnovers, 2 fouls, and he called a technical. got on his damn nerves. You kidding me? You kidding me?
Because they wasn't letting him get away with that goofy bullshit tonight.
At
None
all.
of that. None of that. Adults are playing basketball tonight, Trae Young. Adults. You little
Come on,
wet
man.
rat.
Big Flea. What do we think about this game, man? We've been talking cash shit about our guy OG. I didn't go over OG stats. Come on now. I know y'all wanna, you know what I'm saying? Go come at the kid, come at the guy. I'm not a kid anymore, man. OG Anunoby, only 8 points, but helps sick on the defensive end.
Excellent tonight on defense.
Always
Excellent.
is. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Never stops.
Excellent tonight on defense.
But 9 rebounds tonight against the Hawks, who are the 5th best rebounding team in the league, I saw. Or top 10, and had 10 against the Minnesota Timberwolves yesterday, even though I thought it was just, or Saturday, even though I thought they would just happen to land on his lap. You can't just happen to land with these 9 rebounds, because the 10 rebounds you missing Cat tonight, I was going to use that excuse too if we were going to go on Saturday. Yo, Cat wasn't there, but tonight, Cat was there.
That's there.
Cat, his 9 boards. Josh Hart got his 9 boards.
Mm-hmm.
And OG got his 9 boards too. Big Flea, what is your reaction to this Knicks victory over the Atlanta Pigeons?
Big win today. I'm happy for us to win today on Martin Luther King Day. Usually we are on national TV on Martin Luther King Day. Somehow we just made it on MSG, and if you got League Pass, you could see the Knicks around the country. But yeah, I'm happy about the win. Happy that we beat the Hawks. I was getting tired of people talking about this dumbass Trae Young shit. I'm just tired of that. Trae Young this, Trae Young that. I don't want to hear that no more. I'm tired of hearing that. We really own Trae Young. Like, if we look at the record, the Atlanta Hawks haven't beat us more times than we've beat them. It's just a fact. So all this Trae Young, this ain't a rivalry. We're the better team. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm glad that we handled business today. I like the way we looked for most stretches of the game, right? I thought Bridges really brought it on defense against Trae Young. Trae Young was hot in that first half. Had 18 points in the first half. We went into halftime kind of flustered, feeling like we wasn't getting calls. Tonight is the first time I felt like some of the calls really went against us tonight. I didn't think, there's a lot of times I thought Cat was getting to the rim. He could have got some foul calls, could have got to the line a lot more. Only 2 times to the line tonight for Cat when he was attacking the rim most of the night. He didn't settle for threes. So I really like that we were really aggressive on both ends. Brunson was, again, like you said, magnificent. Really took that matchup on against Dyson Daniels, who's supposed to be one of the best defenders in the leagues. He is. He is one of the best defenders in the league. Fouled him out, was torching him all night. All night he was lunch meat. Really going at him. I just like the energy from everybody, even the bench tonight. Campaign came in the game, gave us great minutes. Precious Achiuwa came in the game, gave us great minutes. Deuce McBride came in the game, gave us great minutes. Shamet was getting his ass fried by DeAndre Hunter, but he came in the game and gave us good minutes. Like, I thought everybody was full of energy tonight, and that's what we needed against a team like this. They're a young team. You've been in my ear, pause for the last week or two, just about how much better Atlanta has been, right? And, through spurts of this game, you got to see that they are better. They're well coached over there by Quinn Snyder, right? They got a all NBA, all-star level player in Trae Young. And then, just all their other pieces just getting better and better. They got Dyson Daniels, young guy. Jalen Johnson, hell of a player, right? They're good over there. DeAndre Hunter came off the bench, 22 points, right? They're a solid team. So, I was happy with the win. They've been beating up on teams that are at the top of this conference. Atlanta's been getting their way with them. They were like 6-1 against the top teams in the Eastern Conference. You could add another loss to them with that one. And I just thought, the way we played in that third quarter, the entire second half, but specifically that third quarter, when, you know, Bridges really went to work and then really shut off Trae Young's water. Just shut it off. Didn't allow him to get into a rhythm. Didn't allow him to get any touches, any really easy baskets. You know, didn't hit the three at all in the second half. We were really, really good in that second half. I liked how we looked.
I definitely want you to expound more on the third quarter. I went back, watched the first half. I was in the middle of watching the third quarter again. It seemed like Bridges went off. The first half, I liked the first half, except the end of the first half and the end of the first quarter. That's when Cat got caught a second foul and Brunson caught a second foul.
Mhm.
I like that THIBS did sub in Cat immediately. There was 4 seconds left on a tip ball, jump ball. And they tipped the ball out of bounds. We only had 0.4 of a second, and that's when OG shot didn't even count.
He hit it though. He did hit it.
Which tells me, yo, again, I don't want him to shoot that much. I think today and Minnesota game, I like what he did. He fumbled the ball a lot, whatever, but that's who he is. He's not great with the ball in his hands. He's not agile. He's not he's not skilled on the offensive end. That's just not who he is. So for him to perform the way that he did, I like the way he kept his dribble against Minnesota, and in this game wasn't aggressive with his shot because maybe he's finally listening. He sees the scoreboard and he's seeing, hey, I am the power forward. Maybe I can rebound if I shoot less and expend my energy elsewhere for my position, which is needed. Do I expect 9-10 rebounds a game for the rest of the way of the season? I do not. But
he's capable of doing it.
Capable. You can break open the capability with stuff like this. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know what it is. But if you didn't do it before, in my mind, I can't expect it. And you saw when he had 4 or 5 rebounds, we were going back and forth. And I was like, you see how Congo just gets him up out of there? That's what I've been seeing all year. But the fact that he just happened to be there for another 9 rebounds, that's not an accident, man. It's not an accident.
He's not a weak dude. Just go gang rebound. Crash the glass. I don't even care if you don't. Here's my point. I don't even care. Let's not even make it about the number of rebounds anymore. Forget the fact that I want you to get like 2 or 3 more rebounds. He's been great on the glass. Let's just say that. But forget that.
Top 10.
Yeah. Just let me see you down there in the paint mixing it up when it's time to get mixy. That's all. Okay, you may not get a rebound. You kept talking about how he keeps getting boxed out. Well, great. They're boxing him out because he's around the rim trying to get a rebound. Like, I want him to be aggressive like that. Okay, if he's not a guy that's going to be a rebounder, so what? But be around there mixing it up because we need that. You are that type of athlete. Because what happens, like you said, shit will start falling in your lap. Then you'll turn around and get 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds. You're like, damn, okay, OG, thanks. We need that.
I always say, same reason why we want the rookies to see more time. Let's see OG grabbing more boards, to your point, and learn what not to do. Because come playoff time, those reps will kick in like, oh, I can't stand there. They keep putting the center over here for a reason, a dunker spot. He's not there for the dunker spot. He's there for the offensive rebound because he knows I'm here. Let me slide over. Let me get to the basket faster. Let me get to my box out spot faster. And it's going to be harder for Bridges or MIKAL to do that because they have to guard perimeter guys and then pay attention to the rebound, which means you're going to kick the ball out. You're kind of initiating the offense at that point, technically, which we never really talk about, right? But I think to your point, I mean, I liked it. I can't be mad at him getting 9-10 rebounds. I'd rather see that, to your point, with the effort than efforting in the on the offensive side where you're going to fumble dunks and fumble dribbles and shit like that. Keep your dribble, keep the energy going, and of course, keep playing defense the way you have all season long. I don't know what anybody's talking about. They say he, like everything he does in the middle of the paint, the way he deflects shots, deflects passes, he's just amazing. And Bridges, got to give him a nod because for you to go at the villain, that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get the crowd behind you, dog. You don't want us talking shit about you. We know when they got a villain, oh, nah, we got a guy who's going to get in your head. That little quiet, sneaky Brooklyn ninja Queens, dude, all day, Bridges. You gotta go chill in Queens for a second. We dress nice. We look fly. We look like we won't harm a fly.
The women love us. They love us.
Don't do it to yourself. And then you come in and go whole body karate. That's what we want, though. The approach to their leader on their team who was rolling the dice before. That's why we put the thumbnail. Head cracked. Yeah. Bridges cracked him in the head.
I loved how Bridges played tonight. Loved how Bridges played tonight. Aggressive on defense, getting after it, trying to get stops, active hands, moving his feet, sliding them puppies. That nigga was getting active today. I liked it. Trae Young was, because Trae Young tried to go at him, so they start getting mixy, right? Bridges gets him in the post. They throw an entry pass to Bridges. Trae Young actually gets a stop. He gets Bridges to turn the ball over. They go back down. Trae Young turns it over himself. From that point on, turn his fucking TV off. Turn his TV off. Shut the water off. Nothing else. And Trae Young really didn't get nothing else. He wasn't in rhythm anymore. And Bridges started to turn it up, especially in that third quarter. They started hunting Trae Young. That stuff that you was talking about, you was showing me the other day, which I thought was great. How they were countering Boston when Boston was trying to hunt Trae Young and pick and roll. Well, we was doing the same thing, only the matchup we were hunting was Trae Young versus MIKAL Bridges, and we wanted that. And he was kicking his ass. And for some reason, Trae Young thought he could guard him, and that just wasn't the case. And so that third quarter, we were really great, and that's a big tribute to MIKAL Bridges and obviously Jalen Brunson.
Also, just that play in the corner where Cat had a two-man game with Deuce McBride, and Trae Young is on him. For some reason, tries to double Cat when Deuce kicks it back to Cat, and then Cat kicks it back to Deuce, who's wide open because they're so confused because they're stuck on switching. They're so confused on, hold on, I got to switch. Trae Young, I got to switch to somebody. And now Deuce is wide open, and it was one of his better shots. I need to see Deuce McBride. He played good. He played well. I like that floater. But I need to see, if you're going to be the 3-and-D guy, I need to see those gut-wrenching three-pointers that destroy teams. Because there's a bunch of them that you haven't hit that can end team momentum, anybody's momentum. And you have the shot. It's something about style and everything for me. I think that we don't give it enough. I know that we say, like with Michael Jordan, you just like the way he looks better than everybody else. I'm like, yeah, that's a part of it. Because while you watching somebody bust your ass, when it's like Tim Duncan, it's like, okay. But when it's like Kobe and everybody else, it's like, shit, and he's making it look good. That shit don't feel good. So with Deuce, I'm not saying he's Kobe, not saying he's Jordan, but those shots, to me, always look like they're going in because it's not quite Allen Houston, but when did you think Allen Houston was going to miss? That's what it feels like for Deuce. His form is amazing. Need to see more of those. Very long-winded rant about Deuce McBride's form. But Brunson, it's a very hard thing, very delicate thing when it comes to him. That one-on-one game, we get it. You were with Randall and Luka, and it makes sense because you were going to figure out that offense with the one-on-one style. Both of y'all are one-on-one. Cool. With Cat, dog. Even if you're on fire, Brunson, immediately in the fourth quarter, we saw you going too much one-on-one. You got blocked. You forced another layup. All right, cool. But as soon as you passed the ball to Josh Hart in the corner, he found OG with the mismatch with Trae Young underneath. Foul call. You got to get that ball off. You got to trust that Josh Hart, who's the other guy that brings the ball up, will find somebody. You got to trust that Cat coming across the middle. The defense will go and flash towards him, which is probably what helped OG get open in the dunker spot, and they had to overcompensate, and Trae had to foul them. And this is just the Hawks. We don't think they're a championship team, but it's not like we don't fear them. It's not like we don't know about them. So yes, we love Brunson's one-on-one style. I still laud it. I'm never down, all balls out of his mind for everything. He's not going to be a starter. OG's not a starter, but he destroyed today. He did pick up on those moments, even though he picked up 2 fouls in the fourth quarter, and the whole game. Let's talk about it. Jalen Suggs, Lou Dort, and now Dyson Daniels all in foul trouble because of Jalen Brunson. Cat ain't getting the foul calls. We'll get to that in a second. Jalen Brunson got them in foul trouble, Flea. The biggest, baddest, toughest Don Dadas on the defensive end in this league. He gets them in foul trouble, dog.
Tough cover, man. He's probably one of these toughest covers because he's so patient, right? Brunson never seems sped up. Never seems sped up. Always playing at his pace. Always plays angles, right? His footwork is impeccable. I think he got some of the best footwork in the game right now. When you get him in the spot, better? He tries to get.
Who's better than Jalen Brunson?
Like when guys like Luka get in their bag and Kyrie get in his bag, like their footwork is nasty. It's nasty. It's
SGA.
SGA.
But even Kyrie don't have the post up footwork. I
think Kyrie is what Brunson,
is trying to be.
Yeah, like what I'm saying, in terms of having that post game as such a smaller guard. Like how many guards in the league right now get the ball in the post and actually get you on their back and able to create from that spot? Not many. And Kyrie and Jalen are probably the two guards that come to mind first. After that, we probably have to think about, especially at that position. Not many guys. And I know, Kyrie, Russ used to get you there a lot, in his prime. Russ would get you in the regular, but not many of the guys, especially at that point guard position, have that bag, right? And Brunson could get to that bag and, with the up and unders, right, with the left, the right, like it's hard to guard. And when he's a great manipulator of the defense, right? Dyson Daniels is a hell of a defender. Those last 2 to 3 fouls, he baited him into, especially the last one when he fouled him just for reaching. At that point, Dyson is just trying to be competitive and be that guy. I'm gonna get a stop on you. Nah, now I'm in your head. Now you're out the game. And that's why Brunson said, "You got 6 now." He was done.
And this is what happens when y'all start popping shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Hawks are the 10th youngest team in the league. 11,
hey,
12,
Dick,
13,
y'all love that. Yo, can I read this real fast?
Of course.
Big shout out to our OG Fish. Fish said, "Fleet. Brunson reminds you of the kid in PE who was trash and so off balance because you're used to ball players with smoother body movement. Adrian Dantley. Do your homework, y'all. All day. AD, Adrian Dantley.
Brunson does have a fat boy game on the low. Old school fat boy game.
Yo, AD was remember when AD was at the foul line? He massaged that shit like this. He get the basketball. Where my rock at? It's somewhere around here. He massaged the basketball like this at the free throw line. Yeah, but to Fisher's point, a guy to get you in the post and just have 1,000 different moves. And it's so methodical, but you can't guard it because he's so strong. That's the other thing with Brunson. Brunson is sneaky strong, right? Like, tough cover, man, for the best of the best out there.
East Blue Drew. Are the Hawks really that good on defense? I knew Brunson would figure it out. The Hawks, was it 8-1 against top teams in the East or in the NBA in general? The Hawks have been playing magnificent. I think they beat the Celtics twice. They beat the Cavs.
They beat us twice already.
They're not for play. The Hawks are not for play. Do not get it twisted. Now, Cat didn't look good, but I think that's what happens when you take a week off. The thumb is starting to get, you got to start, getting used to the numbing it down and everything like that. He's not in rhythm yet. You still see what he does. Jalen Johnson missed 5 layups, 6 layups today. 6. We were bothering him, yes, but Jalen Johnson is amazing. He's the best rebounding small forward in the league.
OG and Precious did a hell of a job on Jalen Johnson tonight.
Don't let him get into rhythm. Don't let him get into rhythm.
Both guys I thought were excellent on him tonight. They never allowed him to get into any kind of rhythm. Really did their best to keep him off the glass. And he was still double-digit rebounds, I think. I think he was still I still think he had a double-double. But he never got Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson finished with 11 and 12.
Yeah.
12 from the field.
Yeah, so he still had double-digit rebounds, but I just thought in terms of how good he's been on the offensive end throughout the season. I thought we did a great job on him, OG, and when Precious came in the game. And big shout out to David Smith on what he was saying about THIBS and the rotations today. Him playing the bench, I thought you would have to. And I know OG. Big shout out to OG. I hope OG feels better, man. He's fighting a little cold, a little under the weather and things. And he's been hard on THIBS. Want to get THIBS out of here, fire THIBS. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you know, obviously we got to take this thing game by game. And today, I thought going early into the bench and trusting the bench throughout the game. I thought he did a way better job than he does on the regular. Timing of it. Can we argue, do you keep campaigning the game when he's hot? Maybe. But I just think that how he staggered the minutes today. At one point, Cat was on the floor with Campaign, Shamit, Precious, and Deuce, I think. And we were getting up and down the floor. We were moving. We were running. We were getting points in transition. Like, they are capable of doing that because they play great defense too as a unit. Like, even this whole game, to be honest, I thought this was one of our better defensive performances for the year. Like, as a collective, nobody really was a straggler. Even Brunson was really good tonight on the defensive end. So, I think I want to give THIBS a little credit tonight on just how he staggered the minutes so that come fourth quarter, like, we was ready to rock and roll. Bridges was ready to go on Trae Young, and we just look good. And with all that being said, OG still played 40 minutes tonight.
Didn't feel like it though.
He was out there a lot tonight.
It felt like it to you? Because he was tired. Clyde,
it did feel like that because at points I just thought he was he was lost. Certain points of the game, I was like, wake up, OG. I heard myself screaming at the TV because there was just points where and that may be fatigue. But as for the team, I thought for the entire game we had fresh legs. Even Josh Hart, I'm on purpose not saying anything about my guy Josh Hart, but was great today on both ends of the basketball. So
I'll allow you and definitely AllBall to flip flop on Tom Thibodeau because he said he blaming other people for his misgivings. That's on him. I said it last year in the playoffs. Don't like your rotations, brother. And today you ain't. I know your game, THIBS. Yes, we won. I ain't gonna put a damper for too long on this win, but it's the same thing. You wanted these guys, Shamit and Campaign. So you played your guys. And when they're available, you play them. Cool. Deuce is healthy. When Deuce wasn't there, you stuck to the 8-man rotation. So Deuce, Ochua, Shamit, and Payne are there. You played them all in the first quarter, but I don't think it was all due to a game plan. That was because Brunson got
foul trouble.
Yeah, so I'm never gonna give him credit for that. But fuck, man, you
but he didn't panic. He looked like he trusted them. That's what I mean. It could go into those guys got in foul trouble, but when they got into the game, he went with them on with long stretches, right? He trusted them on the offensive end to help us produce points, right? So it didn't look like, okay, only thing we need to worry about is getting stops. Nah, we actually got guys in the game, and they actually got into a rhythm. So, maybe we can't credit THIBS, but he still empowered these guys to get out there, play a little longer minutes, and see what we could get from them.
And we want, to be honest, we want Campaign to be like this. Maybe come in the game and get angry. Picked up a technical, which I wasn't really mad at because I didn't he looked at the rep, but then he looked away and made sure he wasn't, directing any of his talk towards her. And she, I heard you guys commenting just throughout the group chat, like, yo, she's horrible.
She's awful. And this is not a woman thing. This is not a woman thing. And she's young. She's new. She's young. I thought the entire crew, and I'm not a guy, y'all know I'm not that guy to be complaining about no refereeing. I'm a former player. I played, so I know what it is. I get it. But they were bad today. Like, bad. They were not good. This crew, as a crew, they were bad today. on both ends. Very, very bad. So,
and that leads me to my next point. I asked before, and I want to go further. Fish is in the building. A lot of you guys play ball. Y'all know the game. All I could do is really ask because it's another question that I have. When it comes to sports in general, inside sports, inside the mind of the game within the game. We always talk about you talk about firing Tibbs, who you gonna replace him with? That's the game within the game, like that we really don't really talk about because we really don't know. And the other side to that is, we're refereeing. How can Cat get more calls? And I pulled up this article because I just happened to Google it about how referees build respect and trust with players, the human side of officiating. And this is from refereesports.com. And I want to see if they full of shit and see what, just response, but maybe get a couple quotes out of here. Power of communication. Clear and effective communication is one of the most important tools referees use to build trust with players and coaches, whether it's explaining a call, warning a player about their behavior, or addressing a coach's concern. How referee communicates sets a tone for the entire game. Maintaining composure under pressure. High pressure moments are inevitable for part of sports, especially during tightly contested games. In these moments, emotions can run high. Staying calm in the face of heated exchanges not only demonstrates professionalism, but also shows players that the referee is in control. When the referee remains level-headed, it reassures players that the game is being officiated fairly. Building relationships through consistency. Consistency is the key to earning respect on the field or court. Players and coaches are more likely to trust referees who apply the rules fairly and uniformly throughout the game. Inconsistent officiating, where certain actions are penalized one moment and ignored the next, can lead to frustration and distrust. Okay, so in conclusion, the human side of officiating is just as important as the rule enforcement. By building trust through clear communication, maintaining composure, being consistent, and showing empathy, referees create an atmosphere of respect that makes games run more smoothly. When players trust referees are fair, professional, and approachable, conflicts are reduced, and the focus stays on the game. So, that was a whole load of poppycock. The fuck are y'all talking about? They ain't saying anything that we don't know and we don't complain about. And today's game was the perfect example of that. Cat was going to the basket a numerous amount of times, like you alluded to earlier. Fouled every play. The fifth play of the game, I think it was, Jalen Johnson went to the basket, drove his shoulder into Cat. Cat kind of took it. Maybe he fouled him, but they gave the call to Jalen Johnson. In the fourth quarter, we saw Cat go to the basket at least 2, 3, 4 times. I think definitely 3 times. And they kept fouling him. And it was like, I think it was Jalen Johnson or Kongu who was standing there to take the charge, and he wasn't in position. Cat misses the shot. The only thing I will say is, on the other end, I got to give them credit for this. They didn't give Trae Young not one call after that. And they usually would have given him that for the last 2, 3, 4 seasons.
That possession where Cat was in the corner and he really defended Trae Young really well. A game 2 last year, 2 years ago, they might have gave Trae Young that call. He might have got 3 shots out of that. And he was looking for it too, little rat.
And it was little Stuart Little. And it was that one was more, again, like a highlight reel play for Cat. But the one before that was in the left corner, mid-range. Trae Young pump faked it, and Cat stayed up. And I thought that was more of a foul, but they didn't call it because on the other end, they didn't call a foul for Cat. And it was like, all right, y'all ain't giving us that. Don't give them that. So I appreciated that because he's their star. I mean, I don't know if you can find anything on the internet where they're going to say blatantly what it is, but I think that's a human aspect of it. And you let me know what you think when I state this. This is another part of the reason why we got to let Cat go off, because he's already a top 6 candidate in the MVP race. The first 2 months in, if he starts averaging 30 and 15 and just starts scoring a bundle, and his name just becomes the superstar name, the attraction. We've seen it happen with Brunson, and he gets calls. He's still getting calls, but it's still not top 6 MVP candidate in general. And Brunson, and he's still not a face of the league kind of dude. Cat, number 1 draft pick. He has more natural star power to him. Second round picks don't normally have that. There are some exceptions to Dennis Rodmans of the world, but Cat has that naturally. Big dude, can shoot the three. He's just a hell of a set shooter too. Any given time, he just starts banging it from three.
Oh no, we could go on and on about the talent that he has, aside from just being a shooter. Obviously, put it on the floor, finish with both hands, right? Like he does everything. He could do everything.
So how does that turn into respect though from the ref? Because in my opinion, you're supposed to protect the superstar and protect that level of star power. And with Brunson, it's almost like we don't know if they're going to protect it, so we might as well try to get it from Cat. How do we get that?
Well, I think we had a weird spot right now, Fabian, and hear me what I'm saying. There's a lot of new referees coming in the league. Clearly, there's a lot of new faces. I don't know a lot of these people. At one point, I'll be honest with you. If you were an NBA head, if you were a basketball, addict like we are, you remember a lot of the names, right? You remember a lot of the crews, a lot of the familiar faces. Nowadays, these faces are very different. It's new. They're ingratiating a lot more women, which is great. Have no problem with that. Ingratiating a lot more younger. The demographic is getting younger and younger. And so why is that important? That is important because now the league too is, changing as well. So who's getting respect? Who's had respect? How long have these people had relationships in the league? If we are talking about the human aspect of things, you're talking about referees that's trying to earn their spot. So they don't really have any dog in the race really with you. They're trying to earn their stripes because they are newer. So I just think it's a weird spot right now. It's not like, in the 90s, in the early 2000s where, you knew the referees damn near your entire career. You've built a relationship, whether good or bad. And so you know what you're going to get on a night in, night out basis. Like nowadays, certain guys, and I'm sure NBA players have way different relationships, but just off my vantage point, like, if Scott Foster gets your game, it might be a tough night. You might not get all the calls, right? Just because of who he is. So, but there are very few Scott Fosters in the league now because refereeing is just different. So now Cat can't earn the respect of these people because who the hell is it? They don't know him. I don't know you. I don't, I'm here trying to earn my respect. So, and with Cat, he's shedding his prior reputation. I mean, we could call it what it is. He's shedding that now. He's been in New York, the big bodega, big cat, right? He's different now. And so now everybody got to catch up. You call it what you want. People called him soft. They absolutely did. So, he's up against a lot right now. And he's playing his ass off. So, that's all you can ask from him.
Thank you, Fish. My pop was a 2 amateur official Hall of Fame. He told me don't complain if a quarter or a half of missed or bad calls goes by. After that, tell the lead official, I gave you a chance. Now I'm going to handle it. And I think that's what Cat did today. When he does complain, I hate his face because it looks, I don't want to say it on the internet because I'm going to get flagged, but it doesn't look assertive enough. It doesn't look aggressive enough to me. Just be assertive. Like, don't get me wrong. Michael Jordan used to yell at the referee, and you see people pull up the highlights when, LeBron was smacking the floor like a big baby and then try to compare Michael Jordan to it. Like, Michael Jordan didn't look soft when he did that. Cat looks soft when he's complaining like, well, why? I don't get that. Yo, to the ref, like the way I heard about how Melo, the way Draymond describes Melo, yo, call a fucking foul. Oh, shit. It's different. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to call that call. Cat got to still start telling the league, bro, I don't care what y'all thought. It's over. I found my swag, dog. And you are supposed to respect that. I'm a #1 draft pick. I want my spot back. Take 2. I'm telling you. Tell that ref. I just think life is different that way. He's already kind of taking that on by being, to me, Dipset Cat. He showed up with a Rough Riders jersey the other day. Like, yo, come on, man. This is all right. I see it. And I wouldn't have been, Fleet, I would have been mad as hell if he would have came out here with that soft ass game. Putting that same shit on.
He's played his ass off for us this year. I have no complaints about Karl Anthony Towns. at all.
Come on, that I don't even think he realizes what that Rough Rider albums mean. When you see people with that Rough Rider jersey, that Rough Rider album, the first one, is
with the big
like,
R, with the
dog,
big
that's
R.
the most, maybe the most underrated album of that time period.
Yes,
Like
that's one of the best.
So for him to wear that, it's like, I don't think you know what you really know. Like you think, I know you think it's cool. That ain't just cool. You talking to a subliminal now, and when you're saying you're doing that, we're talking about DMX, dog. We're talking about the locks. You know what I'm saying? So Dipset, that this is a New York movement. This is about swagger. You're not just telling us that. You're telling us that you're ready for the big time. And those guys got hit records. They were nice to us. Like they were super dope to us. So with that, bro, where is that with the ref? Don't ask them. Tell them. Tell them. There's nothing wrong with telling them. Look, why does Josh Hart have a better relationship with the refs than you think? Karl Anthony Towns. No way. No way. Hey, yo, Josh, give me a second. Don't ask Josh Hart. I'm telling you. Yo, give me a second. I got to talk to the Scott Foster real quick. Hey, yo, that was a foul, man. Why not? All right, explain it. Okay, next time I want that call. Just telling you. I gotta believe there's a way to be adults about it too. And he's shown that. And I think even you're surprised. Even the guys who are saying, but what do you mean by I don't care what side of the debate you on before he got here. We are all shocked by that man's game.
East Blue. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
My people in the street, could y'all hear me? Yeah, but great album. I want to say classic.
One, of course.
I want to say Jay-Z shit on there was bananas. Yo, J-Lo. Streets won't let me chill. Dyson Daniels fouled Jalen twice on his 6th foul. Proof that players can grab our stars and get away with it. And of course, the other side to that is maybe, just maybe, you start fouling out their players, you won't foul out as soon. Because who the hell's gonna foul you out? You gotta try to attack their players first and get on the other side of that foul game. You know how I feel about the foul thing. That's the unspoken timeout right there. Is the free throw line.
Brunson went right at that matchup today, even after picking up 2 quick fouls. He went right at that matchup today. I don't know if they thought they were going to intimidate him. I don't know if they thought they was going to, because, it just seems like Brunson is a little cool out there and he just get to it. But Brunson seems like he'll balk. If you balk, he going to balk. And he going to play, though. He going to play. Like, it ain't going to be too much talking. We could rap, but let's get to it on the court. And that's exactly what he did. Really put on a masterclass on how to, take advantage of a young, hungry, aggressive defender. Like, that's not bad for Dyson Daniels. That just shows that there's still youth in his mind, that the emotion and the one-on-one matchup took over, as opposed to doing what I got to do to help my team win the game. Right? He got mixed up in a different game, and Brunson took advantage of that, as he should.
Listen, man. To me, all you telling me is that Jalen Brunson, Flea, he got his eyes on the prize, baby, Bubba. The big game is almost here, and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last football game of the season with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the big game. Prize Picks is also giving away a free pick for the big game, where one of the starting quarterbacks will only need to throw 1 yard to win. If you're correct on at least one more stat projection, you can win real cash. Check out the promo tabs tail of any of our Super Sweet Millie winners big game lineups. If you tail a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win a split of $1 million in promo funds. Listen, man. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Run your game.
Listen, man. Oh, you Bills Mafia just Knicks? We rooting for the Bills because they're a New York team, or Felice. I used to have a Bills jacket, man. I used to rock with the Bills. I wanted them to beat Dallas.
Colors is dope, but nah, I'm pissed.
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, shit to bed again. I don't know. Mark Andrews, he's point shaving. We gotta look into Mark Andrews, man.
Yo, listen, man.
The fumble and the drop pass, nah.
It's crazy. Like
the fumble and the drop pass. Nah, we gotta look into Mark Andrews, man.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not.
Gotta look into that, man.
We gotta avoid such jargon because our sponsor refuses. But the point is this. That running style game is tough. The kid Jaden Daniels looks like he cracked the code with the Washington Wizards. You know what's funny with the Commanders?
Amazing to watch him. It was excellent.
People don't think so, but they kind of forgetting. RG3 kind of looked like that coming out of college.
For sure.
But RG3 tore his knee in college, and he was done in the NFL like after 10 games. But he looked crazy. He was crazy. He had a rocket, accurate, could run the offense. This kid, from what I'm seeing, CJ Stroud's rookie year totally impressed me. And I don't keep up with football that much, but I'm watching some highlights.
CJ had a decent year this year too. He's a sophomore. The league kind of caught up, and he just got to continue to get better. He didn't stink it up. You're not a surprise to nobody no more. And and you ran up against Patrick Mahomes too. Like,
and the whole league is saying that they got the referee in their pocket.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But
yo, I haven't heard anybody deny this. Like when the Patriots were winning, the Patriots fans were like, "Nah, you kids." This is like one unanimous. Everybody saying the same thing. Nah, they cheating for the Chiefs. This is crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
The Mahomes when the roughing the passer thing was bad.
It's bad.
Personal foul thing. But Jaden Daniels, man, he looks amazing. I'm a Giants fan, and they got rid of Saquon, which is awful to
Philadelphia looks great.
They do?
They're that's who they playing the Commanders.
Who you got winning?
Give me Washington, man. I'm rolling on Washington. Give me Washington. Give me Washington and Buffalo.
You think Josh Allen got the cojones to deal? Because you got to have a certain mindset.
Josh like that too. He's nice.
He got way better. I thought he was just going to be like a rocket.
He's always been great. Well,
he was my cheat code.
He coughed it up. He coughed it up. That's the other thing. He'll cough that bitch up. He
probably has the strongest arm in the league.
And he's big. He a big boy. He's a big quarterback.
He has to stay poised. I think when I saw him come into the game, his rookie year, I was still kind of playing Madden. I'm like, yo, he's that fast and he could throw the ball. Oh, that's always my kind of quarterback. And I just pick a super defense that nobody knows about, and I'm torturing you because you won't even know what I'm gonna do. And then I saw that he was getting nice. I'm like, oh shit, he's nice like that. And to see him, this is his second conference finals, right? Conference championship with against Mahomes. You could talk to me about what it takes, and all you guys in the comments as well. Like when you think the referees are against you, because this ties back into the Knicks. If you think the referees are against you, how hard is it to stay in the game and pull through? And have you ever won a game where the refs were clearly against you in your mind?
I had a ref come up to me one time, and I was extremely volatile, right? Where unfortunately early on, right? As I got older, though, things changed. But early on, if you get me out of my game, the emotions would take over, and I wouldn't be playing the game no more. I would be playing the other game, right? And that just never worked. But real shit, I had a referee come to me before a game, and like put his arm around me, and he was like, we're going to be calling this game very different, Colin. Like by name, we're going to be calling this game very different. So I'm letting you know now, before the game even starts, right? And had that, because he did a lot of our games, right? So he had enough in him to say, yo, this is what it is, right? He ain't have to do that, because he knew like a lot of my stuff wasn't, out of, some of these guys are just rude, right? A lot of my stuff wasn't just being rude or acting like you don't know your job. It was fire and passion and, wanting you to make the right call, right? Never like you a fucking bonehead, but like, yo, what you watching out there? What are we doing? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, building relationship, I think, is important. It's important. So I can't even finish now, man.
Building relationships is important with the referees, which was Josh Hart talking about.
Yeah, it's just important, man, because they'll give you that respect, right? Especially if you're that kind of player, right? Like,
How does that feel? Because for me, even if you lack confidence, even if you kind of naive and don't realize that you're pretty good, for a referee to pull you to the side, that's a level of authority, bro. Like, don't you think that, like,
but the same ref had teed me up on several occasions in the past.
Correct.
Right? We've had that bumpy relationship in the past. So,
but I look at that as a 9 to 5, where the same supervisor coming at you, writing you up or whatever. And then one day y'all bump into each other in the hallway or have a conversation. It's like, yo, bro, not for nothing. I have a job to do. You over here acting like this. You a smart guy, but nah. And then sometimes it just takes that one conversation to go, you know what? I keep looking at you like a bunch of stripes, and hold on a second. Let me talk to you for a second. Yo, how's your wife? How's your kids?
I'll tell you another story. A ref one time, I was in a gym playing, and the ref came to me and said before the game, like, hope you have a good game, bro. It's great to see you and stuff like that. Keep going. But keep your cool tonight, because such and such is here watching, and this is such and such is here is watching. And again, he didn't have to do that, but I had no idea, because at that time I wasn't getting heavily recruited, but other guys were. But he knew I was a hothead, right? I was a great player, but he knew I was a hothead, and he knew there was some coaches in there that were watching players. And if you happen to just be, having a good game, that you're gonna stand out. Right. But he was like, yo, such and such is here. Yo, do your thing. I had no idea. And I was like, wow, that's just off relationships and, knowing, when to take direction from these guys. Because again, they're part of the game. You're not going to be able to play a game without them. They're part of the game at the end of the day. So how do you, nurture a relationship with them, good and bad? So.
Excellent stuff from an excellent individual. I would say he's a former hothead, but I could never like, I'm not. They put me on the stand like, is Flea a hothead? Like, I'll plead the fifth.
With all this smiling and laughing I do, man, I ain't a hothead, man. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know I love y'all. Everybody in the comments, my brother Fabian here. I love you, brother.
Jekyll and Hyde, man. So the Knicks are, what is it? 2-2 in their last 4. Their last.
Wait, Fabian, before you go forward, can I ask a question? I was load managing the other day. I was watching my brothers. I need you to I need your feelings on this while I'm here. You was expressing some feelings on the Knicks possibly being a playing team when this thing is all said and done. Do you still feel that way? I know that was only a game ago, but do you still feel that way? And how do you look at us finishing up this run before the All-Star break?
I don't know if this segment was better off with you just leading it like that, because that's exactly what I was going to rolling into, and I was going to read off the schedule. But I guess I can use that as my evidence.
But read off the schedule too, bro, because I would like to hear it as well.
Yeah, so we're 2-2 in our last 4. The next few games, let's say the next 8 games, is the Nets, the Kings, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Raptors, and the Celtics. And if you want to keep going further, it's the Pacers and the Hawks again. So that's the next 10 games. You know, the weakest teams there are the Raptors, the Nets, and that's about it. That's 8 other teams that are pretty good. So to me, I look at it like, yo, if we go 5-5 in the next 10 games, who has a chance to go 7-2 or 7-3, 8-2? Who can go on a 9-1 stretch that's beneath us right now in the standings? And it wasn't that I think that we're gonna be a playing team. I don't know, because from the beginning, in the summertime, I said, yo, I thought 2-7 or 2-9 was gonna be a barnyard brawl, but now it looks like it's really 3-9, because Cleveland and Boston seems to run away with this conference no matter what. Atlanta, we see, can easily go 7-3 in the next 10 games, and they could gain some ground. Orlando got Banchero back. They just lost 2 in a row. I don't know what's going on with them. If Wagner comes back, can they go win 10 in a row? Now they go up a notch. That was really the Bucks. I don't know what their schedule looks like, but depending on it, they play bad teams. They can go 7-3 as well. I don't believe in them, but now we're talking about going against not just other teams and their schedule, but really the weakness of their schedule if it's coming up, because we have like the 7th to 8th hardest schedule in the second half of the year. And also just defensively, I like what I saw the last couple games as best as we can. Huh?
They called Tom Thibodeau Tom Thibodeau.
No, they are not. All good taste when we never know what Tom Thibodeau will do next. And that's the other thing. But we know what he's gonna do, to be honest. I don't think he's unpredictable. I think he's too predictable. And I mean, I guess that's a boring answer to it, but I don't think it's, I don't even know what is our best. If that's our best, I'd rather grind out games like today, but I don't think we have the personnel to keep grinding out games like today. I don't know. Sham has already been injured. Campaign to me is not a backup point guard. I think he's the backup to the backup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We talking about Cat OG, and if Mitch comes back and like that's relying on him for 80 games, 75 games plus, 70 games plus, that's a tough task for a grit and grind team. You know what I'm saying? Like all that to me, dog, like why can't we be a playing if these guys are getting better? Like Atlanta's starting to figure out their own little crew too. Same thing with Orlando and these guys, and Sacramento's out west, but they look like they're in Minnesota. If they keep doing what they did in the last couple of games with Julius Randle, like we talked about offline, all they gotta do is repeat what we did. The only thing stopping them, like we said, was Gobert being a bum. But these other guys seem to be figuring out what they're doing. Have we figured out our chemistry yet to the point where it's like, oh, okay, I know what we're gonna do, and y'all can't stop us? I haven't felt like that way yet.
Again, I'm still just going with the ebbs and flows of the season with this team, right? My expectations are not, championship level expectations for this season, right? We putting it all together. We have great spurts of basketball where we look like we're world beaters, and then we have spurts of basketball where we look like we are going to struggle. So we're going to have a real good test to close out January and, going through February. If we are who we think we are, right, which is a team that played tonight, the way we played tonight, closed out a game where it could have went nip and tuck. If they started hitting shots, like DeAndre Hunter started hitting shots, that could have took the air out of us. That sometimes takes the air out of us as a team. We was able to withstand that little run that he went on, right? Getting confidence. Didn't allow that to become contagious for other guys on the team, right? When guys start hitting shots, it just becomes contagious, and then other guys start hitting shots. We didn't allow that with DeAndre Hunter tonight. So if we could be that team, move the basketball. Like what do I always say? I don't like when Brunson is pounding that thing. When we moving that thing around, everybody is touching it. Everybody's getting a look at it. We making the defense react, all that type of shit. Like, yeah, we look like a good team. So in terms of getting to the All-Star break, we very well could go 6-4, 7-3. These are all winnable games. I don't think any of those teams that we're talking about right now, with the exception of maybe Boston. I don't know what I said that I had to pause. My bad, y'all. But with the exception of Boston, I don't think I don't see any team that we should be going into that game like, you know, we're not better than that.
Cat didn't play against.
All right.
Cat didn't play against the Pistons. Right?
Cat didn't play against the Pistons.
Nah, there's no way he broke his.
No, that he did play. That's when he hurt himself, I think.
That's when he broke his thumb. They're tough. The Pistons are hard. I know people are saying they get, but we just saw the Rockets take a leap. What we talked about yesterday. Yo, ain't no country for old men. The Lakers, the Suns, who just got Detroit just beat. Who they just beat?
Detroit just beat Houston today, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's major. That's Houston at home.
Mm-hmm.
They're a super rebounding team. Detroit is playing tough, man, and they're not even. Are they in the play-in or
Detroit? They in the play-in. They're top 10.
They're in 9th place. I don't see a difference. The Pacers are on 5th. I don't think the Pacers are better than the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it. And they could turn up, and they got a closer. Katie's a closer. They gotta go to the end of the game, and then we want to keep it close. Watch this. And I got 2-3 shooters around me I know how to get to. That's it. So for me, when you're not Cleveland or Boston, we one of these guys trying to figure it out. I think we're a team trying to figure it out, and we were in denial for a long time. I wasn't, but I got to put me as a part of we, because I got to convince y'all what I saw from the rip, and it's tough. Just because the Pistons got a bunch of young guys that they drafted doesn't mean that we're any different than them just because we traded for them. To me, it's the same because we're all young. So we're in the middle of the pack in terms of age in the NBA. That to me is going to be tough, man. Just how do we separate ourselves really from the Pistons, the Pacers, the Hawks? Because I think the Bucks are downtrending, while us, the Hawks, and the Pistons are all uptrending. And Cleveland took a leap.
Look, the name of the game for us is defense, Fabian. I think we learned something about ourselves tonight. And this is not no game where there was a bunch of stuff that happened and there was just this big epiphany. But tonight, I thought this was the first time we looked good on defense from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, right? So if we're gonna rest our hat on playing defense, because the offense is gonna go. We're gonna be just fine. But we gotta play defense. If we could do that, like if we could get stops, if we could shut people water off, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Right. So
we'll be just fine.
So we're in 3rd, right? The Bucks are behind us, 17 loss. We got 16 losses. The Bucks got 17. The Pacers got 19. The Hawks got 20. The Magic have 21. Miami
the Fish got to get out of here, yo.
What is the Fish talking about? What you say?
Fish got his foot on my neck right now. Everything I say.
You got the pause button ready?
Ready to go.
So the guys in the play-in, right? The teams in the play-in right now, really it's they're in 6th, the Hawks, but it's the Hawks, the Magic, the Heat, the Pistons, and the Bulls. The Bulls, I don't have a problem with. But the Pistons, the Magic, who shouldn't even be a play-in team, that we know that's just totally due to health. The Pistons, the Magic, and the Hawks, they're tough, man. I know. See, the Pacers are 8-2. I haven't watched. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know shit about the Pacers right now. I don't know shit about them. I can't front on you. But the Magic are scary. 7-game series. To me, the Hawks are scary. 7-game series. And the Pistons are fucking scary. And that's a 7-game series. A play-in is 1 game. Imagine you got to play the Hawks and the Pistons back to back because you lost the first one. Or the Magic.
I think we could beat all those teams in 7-game series.
And that's me saying they're a playing team. You don't think we're going to be a playing team?
Me, no. I think we'll be a top 6 team for sure.
Like the easy counter to that, Flea, because I argue with myself like a lunatic. So you think the Knicks are going to be a playing team, but not the Bucks, Fabian? Shut the fuck up. Word. Listen, man. Hold on. I wonder if we have any reactions to fucking do, because we ain't doing reaction videos and we need our fucking our views up. Yeah, I said it. Let's talk about we ain't what they call it? We ain't clickbait in a while.
What are you about to tie me into?
I don't know. Oh. I don't know. You saw anything that you want to talk about?
Not right now. It's Martin Luther King Day. We just want to pay homage to MLK. Enjoy this good Knicks win. And let me get ready for Tuesday.
It is safe to say that Joy Taylor would have been waiting for Martin Luther King in one of them hotels. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yo, play the drops, man. Play the drops.
That was crazy. I didn't even think that was wow.
Big Flea, never the little one.
I know though.
Fabian!
I know for a fact I'm not as sick as a bunch of motherfuckers that I know. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say how I know them, but they tell jokes that I would never tell.
And I don't rock with that dude. But that dude is crazy. He said that peanut butter skin with that rack.
Yo, I ain't never. That's some old school Southern shit.
That shit had me dying. I don't like.
You gotta ask. You gotta ask Papa Flea. Hold on, that was some pimp shit. You gotta ask Papa Flea. Have you ever heard of peanut butter skin? We're getting in the way of my viewing time. I'm not happy. Laturia, I'm sorry. Can you tell me this? Have you heard of any woman being referred to as peanut butter skin before? I'm sorry, but that's kind of sad. You know what it is? Because it was like, ew. Nah, I'm gonna use that.
But the emphasis that he put on with that rack. He said no. He said I know myself. That's why I would never.
Yo, real quick, you thought Cam was a sucker for that, Cam Newton?
No, I was cool with it. Because somebody got to play that side. So I guess Cam took the opportunity to play that side. Somebody had to publicly, because it was getting nasty. It was getting nasty for her.
It was one-sided. Oh, okay. I can see that now.
It was getting nasty for her. So somebody had to go out there, and if anybody does it, big shout out to him.
I'm sorry, Laturia. I do not mean to offend you, because she said no. There's no laughing emoji behind that. I'm trying to think if my wife said I got peanut butter skin, I'd be like,
nah, son. That shit was crazy. It was crazy. I'm sorry. And I don't even like that dude. You see, I don't even say that man's name. I don't like that dude. But
she said I'm not offended.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Laturia. I could smile. I can sleep in peace now. I love her glasses, man. She's Knicks Rehab all day. You kidding me? Zoom in, y'all. She's Knicks Rehab. You kidding me? None of y'all got your shades on. Fish, put some glasses on. Put your glasses on, man. Stop playing with us. When is the next game? Oh, tomorrow night. Damn, we're coming back on tomorrow?
Back to back, Brooklyn.
You heard me? We got to work tomorrow.
Hey, Fish, come get this dude, man. Do we gotta work them all?
It's your job, man. Yo, love y'all. Love the comments. Big Knicks win. Let's keep up. What you say, Big Knicks energy, Flea?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're not playing with y'all. AllBall TV, Knicks Rehab. See y'all tomorrow. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.